Welcome to Beyond the Borders podcast.
where every story is a journey and every journey is an inspiration.
Beyond the Borders is all about highlighting the incredible cross-cultural stories that exist in our communities.
We want to provide a platform for their story to shine because they are so important in today's world.
These stories not only celebrate the diversity of human experience,
But also foster empathy, understanding, and connection.
Our mission here is to amplify these voices, so stick around and join us as we explore these stories throughout the season. Hey everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Borders podcast. We're very excited to be joining you today. I'm Natalie, I'm your host for today. This is Ian and Rosie, my co-hosts. And in the studio, we have with us Ghazal. Thank you so much for joining us, Ghazal. As we get started, I'd love to pass it over to you to quickly introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Ghazal Akbarzadeh. I'm from Afghanistan. I'm a married woman. I have 2 kids, 1 boy, 1 girl, and have 3 siblings, 1 sister and 2 brothers. So my mom and dad is with me here in Colorado. My father is an engineer and my mom is a doctor of OBGYN.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Ghazal. Thank you for being here. We're really excited to have you.
Thank you so much, Natalie.
I wanted to start by just asking you a little bit about yourself. You know, you're from Afghanistan, we know that, but how long have you been here? And who were you before you came here?
Okay, it's been 2 years that I have been in here. First of all, when I have evacuated from Afghanistan in 2021, August, 29th of August, 2021, yes. So our plane was scheduled to go for the Qatar, Doha, but for somehow it has been changed and they went to the Abu Dhabi camp. So we were stuck in Abu Dhabi for 10 months and 8 days.
Well,
So after 10 months and 8 days, I came to Virginia. For 1 month, we were in there to proceed all the papers. And we had only 3 choices to choose states to come. So my first choice was actually Virginia. And my second choice was Denver. And the third choice was Texas. So why I chose to be in Virginia? Because my cousin, my uncle were living in there. That's why. So because the country was new, the culture was new, the people was new. So I would love to have my own people around myself. That's why I choose for the first choice, Virginia. So before coming to US, I was a doctor, OBGYN. And for the last 2 years, when the COVID started, I was working as a GP doctor in a female ward of Takhar province. And then I moved to Kabul, in Kabul province, in Afghan Japan COVID-19 hospital, in female ward.
wow, thank you for sharing that. And with you mentioned, the evacuation process. And so a lot of people might not know or fully understand what that was like and how quickly kind of it all happened. So would you mind just talking a little bit about that if you don't mind?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't knew that, yes, it's going to be happen for sure. Because when my homeland province, Mazar Sharif, when it came to the hand of Taliban, I said, yes, okay. When the Takhar, my in-laws, where they live, I said, okay. So I was thinking that the Kabul, the capital of the Afghanistan, will never came in the hand of or will never come to the hand of the Taliban. So I was thinking because of that one always. One day I was in my night shift in Afghan Japan hospital. Suddenly, the next day, when we get to see our head of the doctors and give all the report of the last night, we hear a lot of sounds. We hear a lot of very bad explosions. I said, what's happening outside? And they're saying the Taliban is already in here because the Afghan Japan hospital was near to the parliament of the Afghanistan, which it calls Congress of Afghanistan. So we hear very, very clearly everything. For a minute, I was not thinking of because of the Taliban that they are coming to us also. I was thinking just because of my daughter, my pregnancy, because I was pregnant on that days. And the third thing, what will happen? So in a between 10 to 15 minutes, they enter to hospital also. They had a lot of guns. They were like, how to say, they were so dirty. Yes.
Yeah.
And the clothes was different. I saw everyone was rushing. Everyone was running. I said, no, if you will run, where you will run? There is no way. Just only the entrance was only one entrance. So I said, there is no way to run. And I went back to my female ward. I said, they are here. Please do not shout. What will happen? It's gonna be happen. But if we will be calm, and we will talk with them, especially our heads, they will talk with them. Maybe there will be some solutions. When our director wanted to talk to them about that, it's a hospital, we have patients in here, so most of the patients are in ICU, critical care trainings or teams, ICU, and they were just shouting in Pashto that the female cannot work. They need to be right away to be evacuated from the hospital to go back to home. So we in that moment we said, okay. So we collect all the female staff, and we prepared to go home. And then some of us were discussing between us that, okay, if we are going, who will take care about the female patients, especially who's pregnant during the COVID-19? So we tried a lot to talk to them. They were just showing us their guns and pointing to us that, are you going to leave the hospital or not? And then our head said that, no, you have to leave so we can take care about the patients. So that was the day that I experienced. I saw a lot of bomb explosions, kidnaps, many other things in Afghanistan. But that was the worst one when I saw. So my husband was outside. He was waiting for me that when I will be come out from hospital. So when I came out from hospital, he took me and we went to home because he also cannot be in the city because he was working in Congress of Afghanistan. He was a lawyer. And he was the one who was always raised his voice against the Taliban. So I said, why you are here? So I could take the taxi and come to home. She said, no, I cannot leave you in this situation in here. So we went home. It was for about 10 days we were at home with such small things, groceries, that we spent all our 10 days on that 10 days. So I remember before when the Taliban came to Kabul, my husband was telling me that, can we have some groceries in home, for example, some things to just live with that or without, if he was giving me the example that if, for example, if the Taliban will come tomorrow, so everything will be banned, everything will be closed. So what you will do? I said, no, they will not come to Kabul. They will not come to Kabul, especially to the capital. No, never.
You were confident.
Because I never saw.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never saw that the Taliban were in Kabul. Yes, there was Taliban in Kabul when I was 3 years old.
Yeah.
So I don't remember that
Yeah.
one. So I said, no, everything will be good. Everything that we have is enough for us. And he was saying that, okay, at least let's go to bank to take our money. Because in Afghanistan, you cannot put your money in the home. So it's all in bank. I said, no, it's good. We will have, especially when I will have my international card, so I can take out in everywhere. I said, it's okay, it's okay. But when they entered, some of them just went to the bank, and the first thing that they closed was bank. Yes, this was the hardest thing, that when I have been evacuated, I had nothing with myself. I only had my all documents. I remember that they told us when we evacuated from Afghanistan, first thing that they said that you have to have only one backpack. And your all documents. That's it. And I was thinking with myself that one backpack is not enough even to my daughter, because she was 1 year and 3 months, I think. It's not enough for her, because no one was think about that, who is going where, for example. I said, okay, one backpack, I cannot live with one backpack. Even if I will die, no. I need to have a bag, at least one bag. So I collect all my documents, all my husband's documents, because my husband's documents was even more than me. He had a lot of documents from Congress. He had a lot of documents from police, because he was police also in the Ministry of Interior Affairs. He was working with one of the bestest lawyers in Afghanistan. She had a lot of documents of herself with my husband in our house. That was the most important thing. I said, no, I need to take. When I collected everything, it was one bag.
Wow.
I said, okay, what I need to take for my daughter now. So my husband said, no, they will not give us the permission to take this back to the airport. I said, whatever matters for me is my documents, my kids or my daughters, for example, snacks, something, diapers, clothes. I don't even care about myself, because I was pregnant on that. I said, no, one cloth is enough for me. And even one cloth is enough for my husband until we will get in the third country. So I said, no, I need to take. So we collect everything. I got an email that you are going to evacuate it tonight at 1 a.m. from Kabul International Airport. So the escort will come, will take you from your house, and will take you to the airport. So when we wanted to enter to airport, there was a lot of Taliban outside of the airport. There was a lot of Taliban. There was a lot of shotguns, screamings, shoutings. It was bomb explosion also on that night. Everyone wanted to be safe. When I saw that situation, and I turned around, I said, I cannot take a risk of my pregnancy in this situation. If it is like that, I'm not going anywhere. Because they said, until here, we will escort you. From here to the airport, you need to go by yourself. I said, no. So I went back to my home. So I was waited for 3 to 4 days. And I got another email that there is another chance to be evacuated from Afghanistan is from Mazar-e-Sharif, my own province. So we took the bus tickets, because airports were all closed. We take the bus tickets. We went to the Mazar-e-Sharif. During this trip, there was a lot of the checkpoints of Taliban. Whoever has stopped us, we just told them that we are from Mazar-e-Sharif. We are going back to our home. We are from Mazar-e-Sharif. We are going back to my home. So when I entered to Mazar-e-Sharif, they told us that you will be in for 1 day in hotel. And after that, we will take you, same like escort in Kabul that they did. We will take you to airport. So the good thing was that in Mazar-e-Sharif, there was no Taliban outside of the airport. When we entered, after 30 minutes or 35 minutes, so we check out from the police. We took our boarding pass and everything. We were just waiting for the boarding. So we hear a lot of noise in the outside of the airport. So everyone was shocked at what's happening. My husband said, it's okay. Everything's going to be okay. Maybe they're coming here. I just need from you to be just calm. I said, okay. I was just worrying about my husband because his documents were with myself. If they knew that this is the one who was working with the Congress, who was working with the lawyers and raised the voice against us all the time. So they took them right away in the airport. So I was just worried about my husband. So the good thing also was that my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister-in-law, my younger sister and younger brother was with me, all. Because my mom also was with UNHCR. She was working with them. For somehow, I was so happy that finally I'm going to be evacuated from Afghanistan. I will have my future, bright future, especially for my kids at least.
Okay.
For somehow, I was worrying about my country also.
Yeah.
Because, as you know, wherever you will go, your country is your country. And the boarding started, our boarding pass was in Doha, from Mazar Sharif to Doha. So I don't know what happened during that one. When we get to the plane, they announced that we are going to Abu Dhabi. I said, Abu Dhabi, Albania, Doha, wherever they are gonna take us to there, I'm happy.
Okay.
So the last thing that I saw from my country was my province, the biggest mosque of Mazar Sharif. I saw that one, and then I came to Abu Dhabi. So that was the shockest experience that I saw in my life, and the most bad experience also.
Thank you. Thank you very much for, sharing those experiences with us. I think most people who are watching us probably don't know a lot about Afghanistan. If they know, they probably like watching on TV or watch, what happened in August, right? But like most people don't really know the history of what happened. I still don't know. Sometimes I'm learning. I became like really interested in Afghanistan, when that happened, and I decided to learn more about the country. One thing that you say that what is interesting is you have a successful life in Afghanistan. Your family were successful. How was it for you to just like, you wake up one day, you have nothing, and you have to like, even in that moment where you have nothing, you were trying to be a leader at the hospital. You were trying to lead, even though they were in danger, but like you were trying to save people's life, and that's what you are called for. That's why you are a doctor. You say you were a doctor, but like we all usually say like it doesn't matter if you were a doctor, you're still a doctor, because that training, nobody can take it away from you. But like waking up one day and not having your home, not being able to practice medicine, and worrying for your kids, what was that experience for you as a mother and being pregnant at that time?
Yes, the experience is extremely, I cannot say about that experience because it was the worst experience of my life. But for somehow, when I lose my home, when I lose my car, when I lose my job, when I lose my country, my background, I said, I can make it. I can make that one again. But for my kids, especially for my daughter, she was so small. all I was thinking that, okay, she's small. She will never remember these things. That's the good thing. And especially, she will be raised in a country who, for example, they value the woman, they value the girl. I was just thinking about this one. I never think about my home that I lose. Yes, because after the evacuation, they started to open the houses, which was closed. They just wanted to have a lot of informations, a lot of things, or some of the other people, for example, the neighbors, they informed them that, okay, there is some of the staff from Congress, some of the staff from the ministry, they were living in here, so you can open their house. The checking of the houses started in Afghanistan, and I was, when I was in Abu Dhabi, when I heard about this one, that, okay, tomorrow is your house, they are going to open your house, I said, it's okay. I said, it's okay. I don't need that house again. Because I was sure on myself, on my husband, that we will create again a life for us. So no one can stop us in there.
Yeah.
So that was my thing all the time. For somehow, yes, I was a little bit upset that, oh, my this one, or my career. I said, okay, about the career, maybe not now, maybe not after 2 years, but in the future, I will stand on my feet as a, if it's not a doctor, for sure it's going to be as a nurse. But still, I will be in the hospital, back in my background, back in my career. So I will be happy for that one. So all I was thinking about is my daughter. That's it. I said, she's going to be in the country with the freedom, with the full of dreams, full of hopes, and especially the country that is, they know the value of a woman or a girl to be in the community. So that was the best thing in my life, that I was thinking about that one always.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was quite a story. Like every time when people see you, you are smiling. You have this bright smile. You are like moving like fast. You want to do things and get done, and then move to another. Nobody will ever think that you had that kind of experience. Like, thank you for sharing the story, and you are a very resilient woman. But for me, I will like go back a little bit to Afghanistan. It's like Taliban, they don't want women to be working. They don't want women to be lawyers, doctors, or like, do you think, is this something that will embed it in the culture that women should not be working, or something that like Taliban want to enforce, or they don't want women to have rights to do all those stuff?
Okay, it's not a culture in Afghanistan. If you will see as a Islam, as a culture, it's 50-50. It's not like 80% men and 20% women. It's not like that. Islam says 50-50. And Taliban they doesn't want a woman to be raised in Afghanistan, to be educated. They just think that the women need to be in the home, the chores of the house, the everything in the house belongs to the woman only. They think like that. And the woman should be, how to say, because they already experience a lot of things in history, in back history, that the woman, if they will raise their voice in Afghanistan, they will be more powerful than the men. And there was. Okay. So that's why they didn't want any of the girls, any of the women to be educated. So when they entered, they right away banned the schools, the universities. So only the thing is open is mosque. And right now they're teaching, for example, their own way studies that they have. It's not Islam that they are giving the For example, the way they are teaching right now in the mosque, it's not Islam. It's their own thing, their own culture, and they think that it should be only this one, not more than that. And it's only for the boys also. For somehow, yes. Okay, that's it.
That's okay. I was just gonna ask too, just to follow up on what you just talked about and what Ian asked as well. What is the, like, if you could speak to this at all, what's the current situation of women and girls in Afghanistan? How are they living, or like what are their lives like? If you've heard from anyone or if you know what's going on.
Yes, I have heard from my colleagues, from my friends, from my relatives. So as I told that the schools and universities are banned, they're having some online courses. For example, for the girls, they only have allowed to study until 6th grade.
Wow.
And there is online courses that they can start from 7, 8, 9, but still they will not have that feelings that we have in school or that educations that we have in school.
And I think it will be limited somehow.
Yes, yes.
What, like, the contents of what they're actually allowed to learn.
But the universities are banned. It's only open for the boys. Whoever was graduated, like me, before the Taliban came, now they can only work as a female doctor in OBGYN or obstetrics and gynecology side, or work. So some of my colleagues, they are working right now, but still they are working in stress. They're saying, okay, so we have night shifts. We spend our night shifts in stress all the time. For example, because all the guards in the hospital even is their people.
Wow.
Yes, even the guards of the hospital. Wherever you want to go, you will just see them in government's side. If you will, for example, you will go for the private hospital, still you will see them.
Wow.
Because it's all in their hand right now. So everyone is stressing because of them. Everyone is, for somehow they also scared about their life. So that's why they're handling, just handling to move on, just to live with them. The way they're saying, they just wanted to live. You know, I have a lot of text messages from my colleagues, from my friends, relatives. Is there any way, not to US, to just evacuate us from Afghanistan, because here is no future. They are just giving us the orders, and we are just following. That's it. If you will not follow, they will shoot you.
Wow.
So for somehow they're in force, or what is it called? They are under the force of the Taliban.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. I want to follow up on something real quick. Going back to just Afghanistan in general, like early 2000 Afghanistan, for example, used to be such a beautiful place for people who don't know anything about this era, don't know that before all this thing happened, Afghanistan used to be a place where people go for vacation.
Yeah, in the 70s, right? Yeah.
People were going to the mountains. It was so beautiful, beautiful food, and people were so welcoming of like foreigners. And I watched a documentary where I heard, in Afghanistan, some people were even speaking French. So for people who don't know your home country, how could you please describe that for them? How Afghanistan was?
Yes. as you said, in 70s and 60s, and I saw also a lot of documentaries, a lot of pictures of my mom on that days that she was as a medical student in Kabul. I saw the way they the way they had the clothes, the way they was in the university. Even I saw some of the documentaries from the inside of the class of her university. It was such different that I studied.
Okay.
And yes, from the first day up to now, from that 90s or 70s, and even mine, the one thing that never changed was our hospitality, our culture, our food was the same. But the situation, I just think that maybe the community also has been changed. Just most of the things was just because of the politics. Yes, and I remember that my mom also was one of them who could speak in French, and I asked her that there was a lot of opportunities on that days for the woman. Why we don't have in our age right now, in our years right now. So she said that we face a lot of things that we had that freedoms. But she only told me that, because I was so small on that day, she only told me that all you need to know is nothing should be effect on you, on your upcoming child or kids. Doesn't matter if it was freedom in our ears or if it was in your ears, but you have to be you. Whatever you want to be, just be. We will give you that opportunity. If you're not only the one who will hope or dream. If you dream, so we are responsible to make it for you, and you are also responsible. She just told me that one.
Yeah.
I remember, and yes, as I said, the one thing that we never or ever will be changed is our hospitality, our tradition, our culture, our food. Oh my God, I'm missing. And yes, these things.
Yeah. Thank you, Ghazal, for sharing that. Especially because we do see like there is a lot of beauty in Afghanistan. I mean, the landscape, the mountains. Some people don't know that it snows in Afghanistan. That it has a lot to offer, but the political situation is what makes it difficult. I want to just kind of switch a little bit and talk about your time in Abu Dhabi, and what that was like, and what those 10 months were like for you. And were you amongst other Afghans? Were there a lot of you? And how were you well received, and how were you treated? How was that whole situation?
In Abu Dhabi, when we entered to Abu Dhabi camp, for the first thing that they told us, you will be in here for 14 days just because of the COVID. To screening of the COVID, to be negative as a immigrant. So I was thinking only for 14 days. And even for 14 days, I was like, do they have internet? Do they have any TV?
Yeah.
So, yes, when the 14 days finished, I was waiting for my emails all the time that, okay, you're going to get in the day of 15, in the day of 16, the email that you're going to be evacuated from here. But I never received that one. The good thing in Abu Dhabi was that we had everything. as a human to be lived in some way, we had everything, especially for the pregnant women. For example, yes, there was all Indian foods, morning, lunch, and dinner. Everything was Indian, spicy. As a pregnant woman, the thing that I was, or I had a difficulties in there was only spicy food. The clothes, for somehow our traditional and their tradition is the same, that we had the festivals, or even the New Year, they celebrated for us everything. And even they created a school for the kids who has been evacuated and they are back from the school, or they are off from the school, so they can learn in here something. So we had a clinics. We had 2 clinics in the Abu Dhabi camp. And for the special needy patients, for example, for myself, because I was pregnant, I need a special treatment.
Okay.
For myself, for example, for my father, because he was a diabetes and diabetic and seizure patient. So for these kind of patients, we had outside of treatment. So they referred us right away, referred us to the doctor. So we went to the outside. We had a car. They took us and they bring it back us to the to the camp. The one thing that was only, for example, was I was not happy. Not only me, everyone. We couldn't see each other, or we didn't had any allowed to go from one block to another block. Yes, it was. I remember some of the people were so upset. Some of the people were like angry. They were shouting. They were cursing. They were fighting. That why we don't have any allowed to go out. We are not the prisoners in here. For somehow, I was thinking that no, this is just because of the COVID. So I was thinking that one only. And day by day, the online shoppings was open for us because we didn't have any allowed to shop online, and because they couldn't come to inside of the camp, they opened that one. They opened the groceries for us, everything. So I was happy. Okay, finally everything is normal in here. We had internet. We had even TV with the Netflix, everything. They give us every 2 weeks the clothes, the new bed sheets, the new comforter, everything. I said, okay, life is normal in here until our case will be proceed, because my case was 2 cases from my side, HIV and the people who has been evacuated in August.
It's called human paralysis.
Human paralysis.
Humanitarian.
Yes, humanitarian paralysis visa. It was emergency visa. So I had 2 choices. So my HIV was stuck because where I was working in the Kabul, it was banned. It was closed. Everyone has been evacuated. And the only thing that they needed from me was the new HR with a new recommendation. So I was trying to reach out to my colleagues from in Virginia, because the base was in Virginia, to have my new recommendation, a new HR, but I couldn't reach to anyone. So then they give us for the people who has been evacuated in August, they give us a emergency humanitarian paralysis visa. So I said, okay, if not HIV, but at least with this one we can go to US. When I entered to US, I got my COM approval. So that was also good, but still they have applied for me asylum. So I said either this way or that way, I'm happy that I'm here.
Yeah. And
Yes.
since you're kind of like segueing into your time in the US, let's just go straight there. So you have been evacuated from Afghanistan. You've gone through that whole chaos. You've been in Abu Dhabi for 10 months, and now you're in Virginia. Talk us through the Virginia part of things, and then finding out that you were coming to Denver, and then now being in Denver and kind of just like settling in here in the US.
When we entered in U.S. in airport, I saw a lot of soldiers. I saw a lot of U.S. Army that they had a flag with themselves, and they were like, "Welcome home, welcome home." After 10 months or 11 months, I felt very comfort that, okay, they are welcoming us in their home and they are calling us that it's your home. I was so happy for that one. The welcome that I saw in the airport, from the airport to the hotel, NCC hotel, and the way they treated us, it was so much beautiful. I never expected that welcoming, especially for my daughter. When they saw me, that my daughter is in my hand and I was pregnant. Oh, no, sorry. Sorry. When they saw me with my daughter and my son.
Because you gave birth in Abu Dhabi.
Yes, I gave birth in Abu Dhabi. And my son was 5 months old when I entered to NCC hotel. That days was the days that he was smiling in everything, in everywhere, in every people. And I remember that when I entered to the NCC hotel, they said, "Can I take your son?" I said, "Yeah, of course." Why you are asking? Yes, because I didn't knew that in America you have, whenever you see a cute chubby baby, you need to ask someone, "Can I hold? Can I kiss? Can I?" In Afghanistan, it's not like that.
You just take.
Yes, you just take. I said, "Oh, yes, of course," because I was so tired. And when I entered to NCC, I was so tired after 17 hours of flight, and I didn't sleep. So my husband also, because he was watching out for the daughter, I was watching out for the son. I was so sleepy. When I saw that welcoming, I said, "Oh, my sleep was gone." I said, "Now I'm home. I feel like safety in here." So we were in here for a month, as I said, just for the process of the EAD cards. My EAD was given for me in there. EAD card, socials, everything was processed in there. But the good thing that I saw in there, that they value, the first thing that I saw in American people, they value the woman first. And that was the best thing that I saw. This is my country, I said. Yeah, this is my country. They give right for the woman, for the child. I said, yes, now this is my country. The life that I want is here. So they asked us twice for the interview, intake. I went there for the interview. For the first time, they asked us that where you want to live. Because, as I said, my cousin, my uncle, they were in Virginia. I said, the first choice will be, of course, the Virginia. And they said, you cannot be in Virginia because that's your uncle, that's not your brother. The priority is only for the people or the families who the mother, the father, husband or wife or children are there. So you cannot be in here. But then we discuss about can we put on my father's side the case that because my father's brother is here. They accepted, but only my father, my mother, with my two younger siblings.
Well, because you were over the age, right?
Yes, I was over the age. I had my own family, and of my brother also. He has his own family. Then my father said, okay, If it's like that, I cannot be separated from them because I already separated from my country, from my culture, people, relatives, and everything. Now I cannot be separated from my son and daughter. Whatever I have in my life is them. It's all them. So the second choice was Denver because
Why?
we,
Okay, go ahead.
yes, because we searched a lot when we were in Abu Dhabi. We searched a lot about the states because my cousin was telling me all the time that you have to have a choice because it's America. Maybe there will be something that they will not accept you in Virginia, but you have to have another choice. So Denver, the first thing that I searched about the education was the culture, the weather. Some of the people, some of my Afghan people, doesn't like this weather. But this weather is same like my province. Same like my province, Mazar Sharif. And even the mountains is same like my province. I said, it's beautiful. I searched a lot about the education. I saw a lot of universities that has opportunity for the immigrants, or some of the colleges, because I never knew that after the school you have to go to the college first, then university. Because in Afghanistan it's not like that. After the 12th grade, you will go right away for the university. So my cousin was the one who was giving me all the information every time that the thing that you need to focus is first education and the job. These two things is very important in America, she was telling me. So I searched about the job in here also. So I saw that job is good, education is good, the weather is good. So the second choice will be this one. And from my brother's side, he has one of his friends in here who has been evacuated 8 months before us. When we were in Abu Dhabi, he has been evacuated through Doha to Virginia, and from Virginia to Denver. So I said, okay, second choice is going to be here. The third choice, why I chose Texas, was my husband's cousin lived there. And she was telling us that, yes, that such opportunity that you want, you can find in here also. And the most important thing that she was giving us all the time was the house is very cheap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the house is very cheap. I said, okay. So finally, they decided us to be in Denver. They asked us in the second interview that IRC is accepted you as an immigrant and wants to welcome you to Denver, your second choice. And we said, okay, we are going. So after 31 days of being in Virginia, they send us through IOM to Denver. The good thing from Abu Dhabi, my journey from Abu Dhabi to Virginia, from Virginia to Denver, was that we were emergency evacuated families. And they never ask us for the weight of your bags. Yes. They never ask us.
So you could put everything that you want.
Yes. And another good thing that US already paid for our tickets for IM, and we are not gonna pay it back.
Okay.
That's incredible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially because
Yeah.
other refugees, they have to pay it back.
Yes. I never knew that you need to pay back.
Yeah.
When I started working as an integration coach, when I collected the IAM loans, I said, what is this? They said that this is the loan that we have from IAM, we need to pay back. And I said, oh, we didn't have this one.
Yeah.
Never. We didn't have this one.
Yeah.
That's the good thing.
Yeah, I feel like just to clarify. I mean, I'm looking straight at the camera because you guys are watching us directly. So, there are three things that I was going to clarify. The first one is Ghazal was talking about EAD. So EAD, for most of you who don't know, it's employment authorization, document that allow people who are not here as immigrant, who don't have green card, to be able to work. And that's, what she was able to get when she came to the US here, and so she can be able to work. And the second thing was the IOM loan. This is IOM. So IOM is this acronym, but like it's International Office of Migration organization. Sorry, International Organization of Migration.
Yeah.
So what they do basically is there's a one processing document for people coming to the US, and they're helping for the plane tickets. However, for some people, like Ghazal was saying, some people have to pay this money back when they come into the US. So refugees, immigrant, also special visa holder, if they use IOM to come to the US, they have to pay the money back. It's a loan with no interest. So when you see immigrant or refugee, and before you start criticizing, just know that they're not here for free. They're paying those money back. And the last thing she was talking about is RSC. So RSC is an International Rescue Committee. They are, international global organization, and they do all kind of things, including, welcoming refugees. And one of the agencies here in Denver. So most of you who are worried about the acronym, that's what all this thing means.
Yeah, thank you. A little bit of Refugee 101 mid interview, a little bit of Refugee 101. And these are all important things to know for people who are not familiar with these terminologies. So please do your research when you're interacting with asylum seekers, refugees, immigrants, and know that all of their experiences and stories are different. Okay, Ghazal, so now you're here. You've been here for 2 years. You said that when you first came, you were like, okay, I'm home. My daughter has opportunities here. You have a son as well. How have you felt? How have your last 2 to 2.5 years been here? And what are you most looking forward to in the future?
I'm looking forward. That was my dream always, to go back to my career, and I'm still studying. I'm working during the night. During the night, I'm studying.
Yeah,
it's hard. It's very hard to be in both positions in the same time, especially if you're a mother of 2 kids.
Yes.
That's another job for me. So I have 3 jobs.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, for 2.5 years or 2 years in here, I never felt like I'm in a foreign country. I am new here. I'm a person like how to say that, I communicate very fast with the people.
Yeah.
I make very quickly friends. The same thing I did I have started with my neighbor. They were from India, but still, I made a friends for myself first, to not be alone. The woman who always had been working outside of the home in Afghanistan, in community, to help to the women, to the needy people. For the first 6 months, I was at home, just because of my son. After that one, when I started working, first I was working as a contractor. As a contractor, if you heard about Barbara and David Cooper from IRC, when they create a resume for me and they saw that I speak multiple languages, and they said, okay, you're going to be a good fit to ACC.
How many languages?
Yes, how many and which ones?
Yeah.
6 languages.
Okay, and what are they? Oh, that's a lot.
Dari, my first language. My first language here.
Okay.
Russian.
Oh, wow.
My second language. Hindi, third language, Urdu, fourth, Uzbek, 5,
Oh,
and English, 6.
wow. Do you speak Pashto as well or not Pashto?
I understand Pashto, but I cannot speak
Yeah.
very well.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a lot. And Russian, was it school? Were you schooling?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a very long story about my school because I was born in Mazar-e-Sharif, but I have been raised in Uzbekistan, Mazar-e-Sharif, Uzbekistan, Tashkent. When the first time Taliban came to Afghanistan. So I was so small, I do not remember anything from that days. So that's why I know Russian, because on that days, schools in Uzbekistan was all Russian. The first language was Russian, then the second language was Uzbek. That's why I know that.
Gosh, wow, that's a lot. Okay, but anyways, they saw all the languages on your resume and they thought you'd be a good fit for ACC.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I, for the first time when I came to ACC, it was October 21st or 23rd. I don't remember. I saw for the first time Felix in the front desk. She said, do you have any appointment with us? Then David said, yes, we have appointment with Emabet, the HR. Okay, then on that days, ACC was all in second floor.
Okay.
So when I entered, they welcomed me so good. And Emabet, when I saw Emabet, she said, is this the one who speaks multiple languages? I said, yes. She never asked me what language or which language you speak the first language, which is your first language. She just asked me, what's your second language that you speak? I said, Hindi or Russian. Okay, she's perfect for the Ukrainian translators. And she gave it to me, the contract, and I signed right away. I said, is this the interview? I was prepared a lot that it's going to be interviewed from me. Maybe they will give me some topics or some subjects to translate it on that language. I was prepared a lot. And she said, no, you are good. Your English is so good. So it's not so good, but still.
It is good.
Good. Yeah.
She said,
It is good.
yes. And she said, you're perfect for us. And I signed that contract. I had many phone calls from ACC that I did for Alex, from the legal team of ACC. I never thought that who is Alex, why she's calling me, from where, and they just called me that this is from ACC, this is legal team, I need you for 1 hour. And I was, okay, I'm ready. So I did multiple times for the legal team, for the cultural orientation, I remember. And in 2023, after the New Year, in 16th of January, I think, I got an email from Emabet that there is a position because you speak multiple languages. Do you want to work with us as a contractor? I said, I am a contractor. She said, no, in the office. I said, can I see what kind of position is that? She told me that this is the tax outreach specialist contractor. For a minute, I was thinking that tax, the thing that we never had in Afghanistan. And I don't know about that anything. I said yes. Without any thinking, I said yes. Then I realized that why you said Ghazal yes. You doesn't know anything about the tax. Then I emailed back. When I said yes, Kate and Maria, they both emailed me that you're going to be interviewed on this day. Are you available? I said yes for that one also. When they interviewed me, Kate and Maria only. After my interview, I only asked one thing. Are you guys going to give me training, something in tax or not? She said, yes, of course. We will give you a training. And I was happy. Okay, Ghazal, if it's training, You can do it. You can do it. Then I had my trainings from IRS. I passed. I got my certificates and my logo that they sent it to me. Then we started as a tax author specialist in ACC as a contractor for 6 months. And they gave me a workforce for 6 months. I was alone on that days. I didn't have so much friends inside the ACC. So my first friend was Suraya. For 4 months or 3 months, my desk office was between Oliver and Ian. The two people I never talked with them for first 4 months.
That's not me. It's not Ian. It's not me.
Because when I came, he was, I think, in his PTO, I think,
Yes.
for about a month.
Yes.
And I just
Are you mad about my PTO now? Yes, I was on
just
PTO.
asking
Mhm.
Soraya that, is there anyone in here? Is there anyone in here? She said, yes. I said, I never saw him. And yes, day by day, I started talking with everyone. I faced a lot of immigrants to apply for the tax, to take their taxes, federal taxes, state taxes. The most challenging in tax was when they call you back. Where's my money? Where's my money? Yes. So I faced a lot of challenges. I made it. I will make always. I will do my best always to reach the position that I want, the career that I want. But yes, I have started from tax. That I never thought that I will do that
So,
as a different man.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you obviously you were smart. So if you didn't know anything about tax, and then you came here, you learn about American taxes system, and then you passed the IRS exam. So it's like means that you're smart. So for me, what I want to ask, or it's like what an advice you can. So in my country, we say like educating a woman is educating a nation, and now like a lot of people, a lot of women from Afghanistan, they're not getting that chance. So like, what can you tell? What can you give me any any idea or any advice, or like how do you think with like Afghan women can move forward?
The one advice I can give to the woman, especially from my own country, is please do not lose your hope. Because most of them thinks that we are not in the level of men. You are. Even you are more than that. If you believe in yourself, if you will focus on your dreams, if you will follow up, just move forward, you can do. As I said, I never work in tax. I take that challenge. I studied a lot to work as a tax. It was a challenge. I see some of the immigrants, some of the women in here that they're moving themselves to be reaching some of the career or some of the positions or whatever they want to be. But most of them still thinks like that this is America, all the responsibility is husband's responsibility. For those people, I cannot blame that woman because they have been raised in such family, in such community, because the culture is not like that, but the community, some of the communities like that. So I cannot blame that. But still, I want to tell them that you are more than that you think. You can raise your voice. You can be whatever you want to be. That the most important thing is patience. Patience. Believe in yourself. The opportunities that U.S. have for women especially, just move forward. Yes, this is the most important thing. The first important thing is to believe in yourself, that you can do that. If you are not believing in yourself, no one will believe on you.
I would say I will follow up on that before Natalie asks the last question maybe. But just try to look at this camera and fix it. But what do you want people here from the U.S. Who have a preconceived, perception or things that they don't know about women in Afghanistan? What I know you're probably not going to speak for all women in Afghanistan, but for the women that you know and still talking with, and you grew up in Afghanistan, thing that you have seen, what do you want people to know of them, about them?
For the women of Afghanistan, I just want to tell to not only U.S., to the whole world, as most of the countries that they think that the women in Afghanistan is illiterate. They are not illiterate. Yes, some of them, which is illiterate, is they forcefully have been like that. The woman of Afghanistan is the most bravest woman in the world that I see, that I saw in my life, that I am seeing right now. The way they handle everything, every situation in Afghanistan, in here or wherever they are, is the strongest thing that I think ever a woman could have, that one. Especially as most of the countries that they think that, yes, we wear burqa. Or as we say that one, chodari. It's not our culture. It's not in our community. Maybe you have been seen in newses, in some of the other documentaries, that all the Afghan women in Afghanistan lives in mountains. They live in some of the areas which is very uncomfortable for the kids, for the families to be raised in there. It's not like that. Yes, we wear scarf, we wear hijab, but not all of that. Yes, the scarf is for everyone in Afghanistan because it's Islam says to be covered. But burqa or chadari is the thing that comes from another country to us. And for some of the areas, it's mandatory to be worn.
Okay.
And that's not in their hand. That is forcefully by their community, by their husband, by their family, or whoever is there with them. It's forcefully by them. Or especially when I was in Afghanistan, and I saw some of the documentaries from the other countries that Afghan women is like this, or they have this one. We have freedom. But still, the freedom that has the men, yes, we don't have. Maybe I will accept that they think the man and woman is not equal. Yes, this is true in Afghanistan. Not all the men in Afghanistan, but some of them thinks that men and woman is not equal. So men is always more than women. No, it's not like that. And especially from my background, as a doctor, I heard a lot of things, or I saw a lot of things that they say that the Afghan woman cannot do the surgery because they don't have that heart to do that one. That's not true. I was a OBGYN, yes, of course, but I was a surgeon OBGYN. Please don't think that we are so backwarded. We are not backwarded. We are so educated people. We are so brave, especially the woman in Afghanistan, in that situation, kidnappings, bomb explosions, everything. Still, we have been reached to our dreams, as like me. This needs bravery that an Afghan woman could have. So that's why I wanted to tell to everyone that yes, some of the Afghan woman is illiterate, but it's not in their hand. Please do not think that they are illiterate by themselves or they wanted to choose or that life for themselves. No. Yes, we are brave. We are educated. We are kind. We are the most kind people in the world. I think so. And you have to think so also.
I might have to argue with you right there, but...
And yes.
Thank you so much, Ghazal. Thank you for sharing all of that and for sharing it so beautifully. I really appreciate your perspective, and I'm so grateful that you are here with us today. For those of you who don't know, the ACC, which Ghazal referred to earlier, is the African Community Center. It's another resettlement agency here in Denver, where, as she mentioned, she works and where we all have worked or work currently. But Ghazal, one last question that we like to ask everybody, just to end on kind of a fun note, is what is your favorite Afghan food? And if you can tell, if you have one or two favorites, and if you can also tell everybody what's in the dishes, and why they should try them.
It's a lot, actually. The most favorite one is bologna. That I think you already tried that one in.
It is a rice with fruit. And
No. The dough that inside was the leek vegetable that I brought it in ACC.
And Rahula's wife made it too, right?
Yes, Rahula's wife also made that one. But I will wanted to tell everyone that whoever is from Mazar Sharif will make it
Of
the
course,
most
you gonna say.
delicious one.
This was good though. Hers was good. Yeah.
Because Ruhula's wife, who has been nice, was from Mazar Sharif.
Oh, okay. Hers was good too. I was gonna say.
Because she's from Mazar Sharif.
They're both good.
No, actually, all the food is so delicious. But my favorite one is bologna.
Okay. And then, so you said you have multiple. So this one, then give us one more.
Probably.
And what's in that?
Rice, carrot, raisins, beef.
I ate that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
good.
A client made it for us once.
Yeah,
it's like kind of like pilau, right?
So good.
Some of the people think palau and qabli is the same. But no, it's not the same.
Oh, okay. They're different.
Oh.
Qabli has raisins and carrot. Palau is like...
it's a lot of spices and like.
And it has like nuts and stuff too, right? The pilau.
No. We just only put the nuts when we have a feast.
Oh, okay.
But so most of the time, especially me, I do not put any nuts.
Okay.
Good that way because, most Americans are allergic to nuts.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. I mean, we've gotten to eat Afghan food in the office with clients, all these things. So we definitely know that it's really good. So thank you for sharing.
And you can search about the mantu and oshak.
Yes, a client made mantu for us too. It was so good. It was so good.
And
Yeah.
oshak. It's also from leek vegetable.
Okay.
So you can search about that one also.
Cool. Thank you. Well, Ghazal, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure to have you. Thank you for, again, sharing your story and for sharing it so beautifully. We're all really excited that you were here. Thank you all for tuning in and for joining us for our podcast today. Be sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment below, let us know what you thought about today's episode, and be sure to follow us on all social media platforms. Thanks so much and see you on the next episode.